Get ready for success. Leadership Strategies for Women is a show dedicated to providing practical and valuable strategies for emerging women leaders of today. It's your time to get inspired, motivated, and challenged to achieve your vision for success. And now, here's leadership speaker and coach, Ellie Nieves.
This is the Leadership Strategies for Women podcast, and I'm your host, Ellie Nieves. I'm the founder and president of Leadership Strategies for Women, where I develop seminars and webinars to help high-achieving women show up, speak up, and step up in their careers. To learn more, please visit my website at leadershipstrategiesforwomen.com, or you can follow the Leadership Strategies for Women page on Facebook. Our guest is Deon Hall-Garriques. Deon is a wellness and nutrition coach, a speaker and founder of Deon's Wellness Wagon. She's also the creator of the 7, 14, and 21-day detox programs and the 30-day Fit and Healthy Challenge. Deon's mission is to educate, empower, and encourage women to take control of their health and wellness, particularly around weight loss. In her practice, Deon coaches women one-on-one as well as in groups. She conducts workshops at various venues in her community, at retreats, religious groups, book clubs, etc. Deon has been dubbed a health inspirationist, which means inspiring women to take their health seriously and become non-negotiable about their health and wellness. Deon, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Ellie. It's so awesome to be here with you. Thank you for the opportunity to do this. I love to talk about health, so wherever I'm invited, I'm there. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad to have the opportunity to chat with you about this. I think health and wellness are super important to women, particularly in these days when we work in competitive work environments and we're trying to stave off stress and we're trying to stay focused on our work. And obviously, health and wellness plays a very important role in helping us to be strong, focused professionals. So thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely, Ellie. Absolutely.
So, Deon, tell us a little bit about how you got started on your wellness journey.
Sure. So I have always been involved in fitness and exercise in one way or another, but nutrition, not so much. The truth is, I didn't really get the connection between food and health. So I pretty much ate what I wanted as long as I was exercising and not gaining too much weight. I felt that I was in good shape, so that translated to good health. And then over 20 years ago, I had some personal health issues that, exercise couldn't really fix. And my doctors were a bit puzzled as far as what was happening with my health. And that was when I really took matters into my own hands and started researching about, just in general. And I came across this whole idea that your nutrition, what you eat, plays an impact into your health. And when I examined some of my symptoms, it was closely resembling some of what I was reading about the correlation between health and nutrition. So I read everything that I could find. I subscribed to so many health magazines. I attended wellness fairs and seminars. I was just so hungry for the knowledge to just help to cure myself or just help to be well. Because when you're not well, nothing else matters. So I was on a quest to be well, and I felt like I was the only one that could really do that. And so, eventually I actually was able to heal my body with food. And in the process, I learned about detoxification. I learned so much about nutrition and health, and to that point where I kind of became that go-to person at work. When anyone had any health or wellness questions, they would come to me. And I felt like, oh my God, it really felt good sharing information that I know, because it really was making a difference. And so that was kind of the beginning of how I got started on this whole wellness journey.
So what made you take it to the next level and inspired you to launch your own company?
Yeah, great question. So a few years after my personal health crisis hit, and I had all this knowledge and, trying to help people, I lost my best friend, my aunt, who was my mentor at the age of 41. And, that really changed my life because she was my everything. And when I lost her, I felt like almost guilty to a point that I had acquired all of this health knowledge and I wasn't able to help her. I wasn't able to save her. I wasn't able to do anything. I was so focused on helping her to get well, but not really sharing the knowledge that I had, more, taking her to doctors and doing stuff like that. And I struggled with that for many years because I thought about the conditions she had, and then I thought about other women, and I'm like, I am sure that there are other women that are out there that are struggling with the same issues that my aunt was struggling with. And I should be able to help them. Since I didn't help her, I should be able to help other women who are struggling. And so I struggled with that for a while, and then I decided, you know what, I have to do something. There's no point me living with all of this and not being able to help others. And then one day I was watching something on television, and I don't even remember what I was watching, but all I heard were these words: if not now, then when? And it really resonated with me, and I thought about my whole, the conundrum that I was in with all this knowledge, all this health information that I had, and no one to share it with when I knew people out there really needed my help. And so I said, okay, but what do I do with this? And I started doing some more research, figuring how can I help other people. And I came across this integrated Institute of Integrated Nutrition, which is the world's largest nutrition school. And I enrolled. I actually didn't even know what I was doing. I just know I needed to learn more and get a formal education. And I enrolled, and it was the best decision that I ever made in terms of accelerating my wellness journey. I learned so much. And at that point, when I graduated, I said, okay, the best way to help other women is really to form my own company. And hence, Deon's Wellness Wagon was born, and I started offering my services way before I even graduated. I just couldn't wait. So that gave me such a feeling of accomplishment and a feeling of giving back, because now I was actually making a difference, and it really felt good to be able to do that.
Great. That's such a touching story and a great way to really make a contribution where you feel that you can make a heartfelt contribution. Mm-hmm. And clearly this is something that was impactful to you, and so many women are now benefiting from that. So thank you for making this kind of dedication.
Absolutely.
So for professional women, what role does health play in the life of a professional woman who is in the middle of trying to succeed in her career?
Yes, very good question. And there's a lot of us, as you know, Ellie. So how I look at this is health is an integral part of everyone's life, right? No matter male, female, boy, girl, women, professional, housekeeper. It's a fundamental thing, right? Because without your good health, let's face it, you can't really enjoy your life to the fullest, right? It's meaningless, really, if you don't have good health. And according to Aaron Spector, there is nothing more important than our good health. That is our principal asset, right? And if you let that resonate for a while, you know, when people think about that, they'll realize that, hey, if I don't have my health, I have nothing. So you really realize what kind of asset it is to you and how important it is to really nurture and take care of that. So as it relates to women, health is critical, right? As we're usually responsible for making most of the health decisions in our families, particularly when it comes to food. And often we are the ones who go to the grocery stores, we make the meals, we dictate what our family eats. And therefore, to me, educating them on good health can have a downstream effect in terms of their reach and influence, because women have that power. And specifically for professional women like us, Ellie, maintaining good health and wellness, particularly around nutrition, can be quite challenging because many of us have very demanding and stressful jobs, as you mentioned at the top of the program. And we're busy juggling multiple responsibilities at home and at work, and therefore we do not have a lot of time to really take care of our health. And unfortunately, health often takes a back seat. And not to mention, it really creeps upon us when we actually have an immediate health crisis, is when most women really wake up and say, oh my God, I've been ignoring my health for so long. I really need to pay attention to it. And also, it's important for professional women to have a good support system because of the time constraints that many of them have. So if you're looking to have good health and maintain good health for a professional woman who is busy and don't have the time, getting a support system is really a fundamental thing. Somebody who could probably assist with the cooking. You may need a trainer. We may need a gym buddy or a walking group or a tennis buddy. However you are able to get some form of exercise and some form of support in that way is very helpful. And some women may actually need a wellness coach to help to guide them through their busy lives. And in general, I think most people can use this type of support, not just professional women. So
Great.
That's kind of how I look at the whole professional women spectrum.
So you've created a number of detox programs. Can you tell us about detoxification, why it's important, and what the benefits are?
Sure. So I know the word detox has some negative connotations, and most people, when they hear the word detox, they think about consuming weird drinks or being hungry or starvation or deprivation diets and, frequently running to the bathrooms and all kinds of negative things people associate detox with. But unless you're well educated on detox, you'll think differently. But not all detox are created the same, and there are different types of detox, right? There are many different types of detox. But I'm just going to talk about my detox right now, which is the one I know best because I created it. It's a wholesome detox, which is none of the above that I just talked about. There's no deprivation, there's no weird drinking, there's no hunger, starvation. It's just based on wholesome food. And during the detox process, it really involves simply removing all the bad foods, such as the sugars and processed foods, and put it in the good stuff. Put it in whole food. Put it in food that came from the ground. Things that our ancestors ate, that real food, nothing that's made in a box or in a factory, just eating that wholesome food, vegetables, certain fruits, berries, nuts, etc. And the reason why it's important is that every single day, both in our homes and outside of our homes, we are exposed to so much toxins. It's in our food, it's in our beauty products, it's in our environment, and our cells become very toxic after a while, and they don't function as optimally as they should. I read something the other day that this generation is exposed to more toxins than our grandparents were in their entire lifetime. And so if you think about toxins, there's emissions from the cars. Every time you step out, people are smoking. There's so much that our bodies have to endure when it comes to toxins. And so when our bodies have too much toxin, it becomes inflamed, which creates a whole nother problem because inflammation is the root of many diseases in our body. So detoxing is really about improving and optimizing the function of our body's own detox process, especially our liver, which is the second largest organ in our bodies. And not to mention, every single toxin that comes through our bodies on a daily basis has to be filtered through our liver. So our liver does a lot of work for us, but if it's on overload, it's not going to function as well. And that's kind of how detoxification comes in, to help the body to remove toxins and inflammation, to help the cells to function more optimally. Just going to give you a quick illustration. Let's assume for a minute that you had a tiny apartment in Manhattan, Ellie. And what if you can only remove 20% of the trash that you accumulate each day? What would your apartment be like after a week, a month, or even a year? Would you be comfortable and happy in such a space?
Yeah, I don't think
right?
I would be.
No, I don't think anyone would be, right? Well, this is how our cells feel when they cannot eliminate waste properly. Your body becomes acidic and toxic. So therefore, it's very important that we incorporate a routine where you detox periodically in order to help your cells function optimally. I hope I answered your question. It might have been a long-winded one.
No, you did. And it sounds like it's definitely something that is beneficial. And you mentioned periodically. How frequently would you say someone should detox?
So I would say at least twice. But if you can't even handle that, I would say at least one time a year. Optimally, 2 to 3 times. But I would go 3 if you're used to it, if you've been through it. But I would say at a minimum, you need to do it at least once. And as your body becomes more efficient, I would suggest at least twice.
So what can somebody expect from participating in one of your detox programs?
So the first thing is people are always pleasantly surprised, right? Because first I have to get them in the door because, of course, they're scared by the word detox. But once I do get them in the door, a lot of people are pleasantly surprised because the detox program includes a lot of the foods that people have in their refrigerators and pantry. And people are like, this is a detox? Yes, it's a detox because everything is based on whole foods. So you eat. There's food. There's sweet potatoes. There's bananas. There's vegetables. Some starchy vegetables, mostly leafy vegetables, apples, peas, beans, nuts. It's real food. So it's not a liquid diet where all you do is drink for 7 days or 14 or 21 days. Actually food. And it's actually very flexible in that one of the things when people are detoxing, it's very hard for them to eat out, right? On my program, you can eat out. The only thing you have to make certain modifications. Like, for example, I wouldn't take the salad dressing they offer you, unless you're just having some vinegar or some apple cider vinegar on your salad, or I have recipes for dressing that are quite wholesome. But you can eat out with your friends. You don't have to feel excluded when you're on a detox because you can't go here, you can't go there. Some things are off limits, but it's not like you're going to be sitting in a restaurant with a bottle of drink because that's all you can have. So it allows for people to still enjoy social aspects while they're detoxing. The other thing that people can expect is I provide a full shopping list tailored to the length of the program that they enroll in. It includes recipes. I give you recipes for the 7, 14, or 21 days that you're on the program. different meal plans are involved. You have support from me all the time. There are live calls that you can participate on. There's a closed Facebook group, which is really the best part because participants support each other. We talk about challenges. We talk about wins. We talk about things that people have learned that they shared with the group, and that's where we really build that community when you do the detox program. So it's really a wonderful thing. Whenever I have the detox program, I participate in it myself. That way I can go through it with the participants and we can share together, and you will not be hungry on my detox.
That's great.
It's one of a kind.
So how can our listeners find out more about your detox program?
Sure. So, Ellie, before I answer that question, I didn't answer part B of your question in terms of the benefits. So I just want to talk about a couple of the benefits only because I know women, if you're listening, it's going to be like, what's in it for me apart from, making my cells more optimal, which is important, right? But what you get from a detox after is increasing energy. You improve digestion, like particularly for some women who may have acid reflux or some kind of digestive issues that they're dealing with. That helps to improve that. And ladies, weight loss, you are definitely going to be losing weight. And in addition to that, you're learning how to eat differently. If you have cravings, which most of us do have, detoxification is also a way to reduce cravings as well as eliminating some food sensitivities. If you have brain fog, which sometimes we do, that helps to improve that as well. And last but not least, it really makes our skin look healthy and vibrant. So tons of benefits, no reason not to do a detox at all. So
Great.
How can they find out about my program? So listeners could find out about me by visiting my website at deonhall.com. And my detox program is actually, I'm running one right now as we speak that starts on November 5th. It's not too late to enroll. I have extended my early bird special to November 2nd. So if you're listening and you're interested in my detox program, please visit deonhall.com. And if you mention that you heard me on Ellie's program, I'll even give you a better discount. So please feel free to reach out, or you can also email me at deon@deonhall.com. Thanks,
That's great.
Ellie.
Thank you, Deon. Thank you so much for taking the time to educate our listeners about the importance of health and wellness and also the role that health and wellness plays in our professional lives. I think you've really given us a lot to think about, and you've shared some very insightful perspectives on getting ahead in the workplace. So thank you so much. And thank you to all of our listeners for tuning in. Until next time, God bless.